Hi folks, I'm going to do another video tutorial here for part 3 of this coffee grinder assembly, which is assignment 4 of the Parametric CAD module. Thanks for all the feedback and everybody coming back to me in terms of what they liked and what they didn't like in the videos. One of the things that was mentioned that I think we'll try for today is to reference. I go back to, I basically the way I did these things was I printed out a sheet of paper and I was working off a sheet of paper here on my desktop. I understand that not everybody has a printer at home, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick between the drawing and the digital drawing that I have here, so my CAD model, my digital drawing here, and show you where I'm getting these dimensions from. So some people said that they were lost because they weren't able to follow along what dimension I was actually reading, and it took them a while to figure it out. So we'll try that here today. It might work, it might not. If you have any other issues, don't be afraid to email me and tell me what you think. Okay. And thanks to those that have emailed me, and I've been as quick as possible to try and get questions back to you if you've had questions. We answered a number of them there last week on Tuesday and Wednesday, and I had to come back to one or two use during the weekend where I couldn't actually open the parts. So just make sure if you are sending an email about a question, make sure that it has an image, preferably a video, explaining what you've tried, what isn't working, and what you're looking to do. And I can make a small video to show you how that step again. Or I can see from the video that you've made with your phone or whatever it is, you can turn around and you can just tell me, I can say, look, don't click that, or you're going wrong here. So anyhow, without further ado, let's get going here. So let's go to SolidWorks, and it's new part, and we just let it open. Again, my computer isn't the best, so it's taking a wee while longer. Okay, so we're having a new part. Now let's go back in here to the drawing and let's look at what shape it is. So the overall shape of it is a rectangular prism. Okay, so the total length here is 18, 90, 90, and 18. So 18 and 18 is 36, and 36 onto 90, 90 is 180. So 36 onto 180 works out as 216. Okay, so it's 216 long, it's 77 high, and it is 40 to the center line, and it's symmetrical so that it's 40 to the other side, so that's 80. So 80 by 216 by 77 is the total size of the actual piece itself. So I'm going to create a sketch on the top plane. I'm going to sketch it. I'm going to go up here to center rectangle. I'm going to draw a center rectangle in that shape. I'll click on Smart Dimension. I'm going to make the length of it 216. I'm going to make the width of it 80. And then I'm going to click on Features tab, select Extruded Boss Base. And I think it's, 77? Yeah, 77 high. So D1 is 77. Click on the green tick, and that is the overall shape that I need. Okay, right, the next step now would be to cut out I'm going to do an easy one. I'm just going to cut out this hole in the middle. So there's a hole 46 up, and it is in 40. So on the side view, it's in 40 by 46. So click here, click on the side surface, click on Sketch, Control and 8 to make it normal too. We're told that it's in 40, so that means it will lie along the center line. So I'm just going to draw a center line from start to top to bottom. And then I want to draw another center line somewhere above the midpoint line. Something like that. I believe I said that it was 46. It is. It's 46 on the base to the center line of the hole. So that means that the Smart Dimension from the bottom edge to the center line would be 46. Okay. So now I can go and see what size the hole is. The hole is diameter 14. So I'm going to go back to my SolidWorks. I'm going to select circle. I'm going to come down here until it's the intersection of the lines. So that's coincident. There we go. There's the intersection of the lines, and it's 40. Brilliant. Now I need to select features from the tab. Go over here to extruded cut. I'm just going to select through all. It's going through the whole lot. Okay, so now we've got our first hole done. That's our first hole going through there. Okay. Now I have two other holes coming up from the bottom. So if you look here, this one and this one. So they're coming up. They're in 18, up 24, and they are diameter 16. Okay. So I need to look at the bottom surface, left click on it, create sketch, select normal 2, control and 8. They lie on the center plane, so I'm going to draw a center line from the midpoint through the origin to the other midpoint. I'm going to draw a second center line on the left side. I could mirror, but I'm just going to be lazy, and I'm going to draw another center line over here on the right side. We're told that it's in 18 both sides, so in 18 to the center of the hole. So Smart Dimension, click on the edge, click on the line, move down to space, click again, type in 18, click on the edge, click on the line. That line was already selected, so when the line was left blue, I should have pressed escape on the keyboard. That would have reset it. Sorry. So click on the edge, click on the line, come down, type in 18. Select circle, select the intersection of these 2 points, and the same on this side. Smart Dimension, and we'll type in 18. 18. You'll notice this one's gone blue, so there's something wrong here. This one's black, this one's blue. That means that this one is fully defined, this is not fully defined. So I'm just going to go over, I'm just going to put my mouse over the center point of the circle. I'm going to left click on it, I'm going to hold down my left mouse button, I'm going to drag it and see what's happened. So it actually is constrained to the center line, the horizontal center line, but it's not constrained to the middle. So I'm just going to bring it over and drop it. And when you see there, it's turned black. So if you see something like that, don't be afraid to click on it, hold down your left mouse button and drag it around the place to see why it's not confined to it. Okay, let's refer back to our drawing. The distance that is extruded or extrude cutter is 24, we can see there. So we'll go back to our drawing, click on the features tab, select extruded cut, and we type in 24. So there we go. We're starting to build up our parts, our features. Right, excellent. So the next thing that we really need to do here is we are going to cut out this profile here in the middle. So just a reminder, this is the housing that sits in here. So we have to cut out this shape here. Okay, so I can do it. The easiest way to do it is to draw the shape. You'll see there's a little lip here. This little lip. Allow the clear plastic to sit down on top of it and stop it falling secured. So I'm going to cut the outside of the lip. So I'm going to cut this shape here. I'm not going to do this one yet. I'm going to do this one over here for the time being. Okay, so we know that it is from the edge to the inside of the lip is 50, but we know that the lip is 3, so that'll be 47 from the edge to the outside of the lip. We're told that it's 50 from the top to the bottom of the lip. So we can start to build up our drawing. The best thing to do here is to do it on the front plane. So left click on front plane, left click on sketch, control and 8. And we're going to go to a corner rectangle. I'm going to draw a corner rectangle up there like that. Now, I can Smart Dimension this by saying that the top is 50, because we do that. And I can Smart Dimension by saying from the edge to the line is 47. I repeat the same over here. Click on the edge, click on the line, type in 47. Now I can go to features, I can select extruded cut, and I can go to mid plane, and I'm gonna go from mid plane 100. Doesn't really matter how much you go as long as it's over the size of the block. The block was 77, so I'm just going to select 100. So that's the shape there now, starting to build it. So now we've got that cut out there. Now if we look here, we can see that it's actually round. It's rounded. Okay. It has to accommodate this piece of plastic here. So if it has to accommodate the piece of plastic, we can see that it is a 40mm piece of plastic. So there is a 40mm circle over here, put down somewhere. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to create a sketch of the surface. Click on sketch, Control and 8, and I'm going to put in a center line, but I'm not going to make sure it's on the center just yet. I'm just going to go up here somewhere, and then I'm going to put a circle, center that center line, and over to the edge. So now that lets me that I can actually now figure out whereabouts that goes. So I can drag that and drop that around the places I want. Now, what I want to do is I want to click on that top surface, hold down this control key, and then left click on that circle. And that'll allow me to add a relation. The relation I want to add here is tangent. So now I know that that's going to be exactly it. I want to select trim entities. I want to trim out the bottom of that. Okay. And now what I want to do is I want to finish off my curve. So I'm just what I would normally do is the easiest way to do this is just simply go around here, finish off the profile, and then just do an extruded cut. It's an old-fashioned way of doing things. It's again a jail-free way of doing things, and it works for me 99% of the time. What you could have done there is the feature, sorry, the sketch. What you could have done there is if you just had a left, just the semicircle. Go over to its feature. If you flip the side to cut, I won't do it anymore. So that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm just going to undo that, go back to where I was. As I say, this works 99% of the time, so that's the way to do it. Okay, so that's that there. Right, now the next thing we need to do is we need to get this little lip cut on the inside. So we know that lip is 3mm the whole way around. Okay, now the geometry is a bit complex in here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to left click on that surface and create a sketch of it. Now, for the purposes of explaining this, I'm not going to select Control and 8, and that's probably the first time that I haven't done it in a long time. So, but what I'm going to show you here is that I want to basically take an image of that surface and I want to copy it, and then I want to trace around it 3mm from the edge of it. So what I want to do is I want to go up here and click on in the sketch command, select convert entities. And what that does is it sketches a sketch the whole way around and basically puts in whatever shape the surface is, it copies that surface into a sketch. So what I want to do now is I want to left click and draw a window around all that entities or all them geometry, and I want to come down here to the options in it and I want to select for construction, because I don't actually want that to do anything. I just want it to be a reference point. So I click on for construction. Now I can come over here and I can select convert offset entities, beside convert entities. And you'll see the default is 10 and it's default sending it outside. I want to change it to 3 and I want to bring it inside. So, sorry, I clicked the wrong button there. Offset 3 and click on reverse. That'll bring it inside. So I'm going to click on the green tick. Okay, so that now is my shape brought around. Now, what we need to do is we need to delete this line here. Okay, so just click on the line and press delete. And what that does is it gives us the shape that it's going to extrude cut. Again, I want to close out. This is not very. This is a get out of jail free card. This is not a very good design intent thing, but it will do us for the purpose of remote learning. It'll get the job done. So just close out your shape or whatever geometry looks like. So that's not even a cool looking shape, or it doesn't even represent it. They're underdefined pieces, it'll do lovely. We're going to go to click on features and select extrude cut. I'll change that to be 3 mil. I'm going to go back 3 millimeters. And then we're going to click on the green tick. And that has created that little offset for me. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at there. Now, the next thing to do is I want to mirror that. So I want to go to features, select mirror. Now I want to go up here because I'm looking for the plane, which is the right plane, which should be here. But it's hidden because I'm in the mirror. If I was in the mirror, I could find right plane there, no bother at all. But I'm in the mirror command, so click on mirror. I'm looking for the mirror, so I go to this little arrow here beside part 1 and I come down to right plane. So go mirror any of the geometry on the left, on the right to the left hand side. The features that I want to mirror is the last cut extrude that I did. So cut extrude 5. And I click on the green tick. And I just copy whatever was left and to the right. Okay. And the last thing to do is create a sketch here on the bottom. Sketch, normal 2. And go and drew a corner rectangle. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take the corner of this, I want to drop it onto that line. I want to take the corner of this, I want to drop it onto that line. Okay, you can see some of the lines starting to turn black because they're taking relationships. Take that smart dimension. This is going to go yellow because I dropped it onto the exact corner. I didn't drop it onto the exact corner, I just dropped it onto the line here. So look, I'll just explain the difference. I dropped it onto this corner here, this point. So that meant that it can't go anymore but 3 millimeters. Okay, and the same here. I dropped it onto this line, not this corner. So go to smart dimension. Drop it onto the line. It's not picking it up, so we'll just smart dimension it. That there to this line, 3 millimeters. That's grand. Okay, so you can see our shape there, starting to build up. The next thing you need to do now is need to extrude it up by 3 millimeters. So we'll click on features, extrude, and by 3 millimeters. So now you can see that shape there starting to pull in. Okay, so that's pretty much done. Now, the last thing we need to do is we need to take the you can see that section there, it's not completely, the corner isn't completely taken out. So we're just going to go in there and take the corner out. So I'm going to click on this surface, go to sketch, click normal 2, go here to corner rectangle, draw a rectangle down here. It's going to be a 3 mil square because that's just going to be it. Okay, go over here to the exact same thing. Now, to be honest with you, I'm just kind of showing you a very fast way to do it in remote learning. I don't want to talk too long and make this a 50-minute video, but we could have, of course, not done this way, you know. We could have headed this off at the pass, but this is just kind of learn the basics and use the basics time and time again. So cut extrude, cut extrude, cut extrude, create a sketch, give it dimensions, select a feature and give it a feature. That's really the whole do here. So have them two sorted. I'm just going to go to mirror, go to mirror around the front plane. I'm going to select cut extrude 6, and that's just going to bring it over there. So that's that side done. Okay, so it's starting to jump up now here. Lovely. Okay, so what we notice, the next thing we notice is that it has this shape in the middle. So it's like a hole that's extruded down. There's a 40 mil hole going the whole way through, and then there's this weird shaped hole which is 30 millimeters but has a square coming out of the quadrants, and it's down 13 from the bottom lip, so it's 13 and 3 is 16 from the top surface. So I'm going to create a sketch there. Create a sketch, normal 2, control an 8, and I'm going to put the first hole in first, which is the 14mm hole through all. Smart dimension, dimension 14, extrude features, extrude cut, through all. Next step, left click on the surface again, press sketch. We're in the normal to go up here in a circle, draw a circle. This is going to be 30mm in diameter. So it's 30 in diameter, isn't it? No, it's radius 30, so it's 60. So 60. Okay, and then there is a sketch from the quadrant from that point there, the whole way over to that point there, straight down to that point there, straight down to this point here. There we go. Straight back to that point there. Select the trim, take the bit away in the middle that you don't want. Select features, extrude cut, and I have a memory of a goldfish. We can't remember how far it said. 13 and 3 is 16. So go in here, type in 16. Green tick. So now we're building up slowly but surely. Okay, so I can see that there is 2 more things to be done. Yeah, 2. So you can see here this shape. It's in 5mm, in 21mm. So it's kind of a weird shape. It's not fully straight. Okay, so we're going to go to here. I'm going to create a sketch in the bottom surface. Control and 8, and go select the line there to there, something like that. So that's the shape we're going to use. Okay, so it's 5mm from there to there. So smart dimension. There, there, 5, and the distance from there to there is 21, I think. No, it's not. It's 21 from the center point up. It was 21, but it's the wrong place. So I'm just going to delete that. Press escape, click on it, press delete. Click on the actual dimension, press delete, not the number. Then I need to put a center line in from the origin. I need to select the smart dimension from the point to the origin. Type in 21. Now again, I'm going to just close up that geometry. Draw a line the whole way around. Because you know you have to have a close circle to create a extruded cut. Select all, that's going to be it. Now I'm going to come in here, I'm going to mad with center lines now. So I'm going to draw a center line down the whole way along here. It goes through the origin, so it's exactly in the middle. I'm going to select mirror entities. Select the geometry I'm just after drawing. Mirror, click on into mirror about. I'm going to select the center line I'm after drawing. I'm going to click on the green tick. I'm now going to draw another center line, a vertical center line that goes through the origin. Like that. I'm going to click on mirror entities again. I'm going to select all these as the mirror entities. Then I'm going to left click into mirror about. I'm going to select the center line over here. Now we'll go to features, select extruded cut, select through all. So that's the shape of it there. Okay. Now, the next thing we have to do is we start putting fillets onto this. So you can see here there's no size of this fillet here, it doesn't tell you, but it does say here in the question. Unless otherwise stated, fillets are 6mm and chamfers are 1mm by 1mm. Some dimensions in the inner parts have been removed for clarity. Any omitted dimensions may be estimated. So if you see something that's not right, you can guess it. Okay. Now we need to put a few fillets. So that every one of the fillets up here is kind of every one of the edges is filleted. So I select fillet from the features toolbar. Type in the radius has been 6. Make sure full preview is selected. And that will allow me to come in here now and put a fillet there, 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 whole way around. Same here. Just clicking on all the edges that need to fill it. Okay. And see, is there any other ones? The bottom is flat. These are all flat. No, that's it. Click on the green tick. That's the surface there. So that's going to be that part there. Okay, so of course we should have been saving all along, but click on File, Save As. Go into, where am I saving the rest of these? Just in here. So I'm going to say assignment 4 part 3. Click on Save. Right guys, that's it. It's a hard part. When you get a hard part like that, you have to break down the geometry. You have to say, right, what does the shape look like? And just break it down into cut and extrudes, cut and extrudes. So you sketch out the surface, you pick a surface, pick a plane, sketch, add dimensions, go to features, add a feature. That could be adding on or taking away. So we use extrudes to build up the material and cut extrudes to take it away. I did this at the start pretty much like you would if you were in a workshop. You start with a piece of material. You start to drill a few holes. You milled a bit out of the middle. You put a round on the side. Then you start machining the intricacies into it. Okay. And then final finishing, putting the chamfers on it, fills on it. Okay, so I kind of followed the process that you would in a workshop. Important to do that, get the head around it and see how it's going. Okay, that's it. Didn't expect that video to take that long, but it is what it is. 26 minutes, my goodness. Okay, if you can get that done by next week, that'll be great, folks. And then we're into the simpler parts then. All the rest of these are pretty easy. I'd imagine that I'll be doing parts 4, 5, 6, 7 in one video and then handling another. That'll be it. Okay, so we've got 2 more videos to go really to get this part finished drawn, and then it's just assembly. And assembly is going to require good file name and structure. So make sure that if you are drawing these, you have good file name and structure, because it makes it a lot easier to get it put together at the end. Okay, right, that's it, folks. Thanks a minute.